It's Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com. As many of you know, I run Facebook ads for dog training business owners and other pet industry businesses, presumably just like yours. I've owned 3 dog training businesses myself over the past 30 some years, and I wanted to share with you something that I started doing with my business, my Facebook ads management business, that has dramatically helped improve my quality of life and set boundaries so that prospective clients don't take advantage of me and my time. And I want to share with you how you can use these same principles in your own dog training business and how I did myself when I had my dog training businesses to eliminate flakes and no-shows. So basically, the way that my business is structured, it's a little bit different than the typical dog training business would be structured, but I advertise that if you're interested in having me run your Facebook ads, you can schedule a call with me. The problem is dog trainers, being dog trainers and small business people in general, I would find that maybe 1 out of 10 people would book a call with me, and the calls, typically last anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour of my time, and they're free, obviously, because it's a sales call, right? I'm selling them on trying to figure out if it would make sense for me to run their Facebook ads, if it would help their business, if it would get them from where they are to where they want to be, right? And so, unlike the dog training business where you're offering a free evaluation and temperament test and behavior analysis, that type of thing, where they're actually maybe getting real value, I always try to give real value when I talk to dog trainers, even if it's just pointing them in the right direction of something that I can't offer. But what happens is, anyways, about 1 out of 10 people would just schedule the appointment. I'd have to be back in my home office or my co-working space office or wherever and be there and set aside that block of time. And then I'd call them and they wouldn't pick up. They wouldn't be there. No message, no nothing. Or they cancel at the last minute, like literally like a minute before the appointment they'd cancel, which, again, cost me time and money because they've canceled without 24 hours notice. So I can't reschedule somebody else into that time slot. It's a whole mess. And then thirdly, what was happening is half the time, maybe a third of the time, they'd be talking to me while they're driving, so they weren't really paying attention, or they'd be in their kennel room and there'd be dogs barking and stuff going on. And it's real hard to have a productive conversation with someone when they're not 100% focused. So I started thinking about this, and I also started reflecting back on what I did with my dog training business that worked really well. And I'm going to share that with you towards the end of this video. So what I did was on the booking page, right above the booking calendar where they book the consultation, I put this bit of text. It says, book a call to get started. That was always there. I put free, but $250 if you cancel without 24 hours notice. Adam says, and there's a picture of me on the left, Adam says, the call is free. However, my time is valuable. If you schedule a call and then cancel without giving 24 hours notice, then you will be billed my normal consulting rate of $250 an hour. Underneath, it says, be a professional, be courteous and respectful of other people's time. It says, you must already be running a dog training business, because I would get calls from people that don't even have a dog training. They're nowhere near needing my service. They just figured, hey, I see you on YouTube. I see you in the dog trainer marketing group. At some point, 6 months, a year down the road, I'm going to be opening up a dog training business, and I'll just use this as an opportunity to pick your brain. Well, I've got a coaching call option where you can actually book an hour of my time, which is paid, and then you can ask me whatever questions you want. So the second point on here is you must already be running a dog training business. If not, then please check out my coaching call offer instead with a link. And then I only run ads for balanced dog trainers, no purely positive, force-free dog training businesses. And then fourth, I put this call can potentially add tens of thousands of dollars, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars to your top line revenue. Act like it. If you are driving, cleaning kennels, or otherwise not 100% focused during our call, I will not work with you. Okay, so that's my criteria to get on the phone with me. Now let's go through with these because I'm using a number of different principles in this. This is The Psychology of Persuasion, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. This has been my Bible for like the past 25 years. It's made me so much money. It's added so much value to my life. It'll add value to your life. Buy it, learn it, read it, use it. It's a wonderful piece of work he's done here, and it's based on science. So let's break this down so that you can understand the principles and then maybe apply those same principles to your business. Let me click back over here to make sure we're still recording. To your business. So if you understand the principles, you can apply it to your business and your sales funnel. So I say book a call to get started. It's very clear what to do. Free, but $250 if you cancel without 24 hours notice. So what I'm doing there is two things. Number one, I'm establishing it's free, but it has value. Okay, it's not just a valueless. Oh, it's just free. You can take it or leave it. No, this actually has value because I say it has value. I don't have to demonstrate anything. I don't have to prove it or anything. Just saying it establishes that it has value. And then it says, but $250 if you cancel without 24 hours notice. So there, I'm setting a boundary, and I'm establishing a boundary and I want to say perimeter. That's the dog trainer in me talking. I've set a boundary so they know clearly that this is my expectation, and there's going to be consequences if they violate that expectation. So further down, the call is free. However, my time is valuable. Again, I'm restating that. If you schedule a call and then cancel without giving 24 hours notice, then you will be billed my normal consulting rate of $250 an hour. Again, I'm just making that more clear that if they book and then flake or no-show on the appointment that they chose, the time and the date that they chose, there's going to be consequences. So then I say, be a professional, be courteous and respectful of other people's time. Now, what am I doing there? I'm using the consistency principle. If they go ahead and book, I've already planted that seed in their mind that hey, if I book and I flake, I'm not a professional, I'm not courteous, and I'm not respectful of other people's time. Nobody wants to be that person, right? So there's a little bit of an implied subliminal quid pro quo going on that if they go ahead and book, they need to be a professional, they need to be courteous and respectful of other people's time, specifically my time, okay? Second, you must already be running a dog training business. If not, then check out my coaching call offer instead. Okay, so this is a filter. This is basically saying, I don't want to work with you if you're not ready at this time and you're not just going to get something free, just in case you thought you were going to be sneaky and stuff, right? So it further establishes value in the prospective client's mind. Third, I only run ads for balanced dog trainers, no purely positive, no force-free dog training businesses. So again, I'm selective, okay? It's not just that I will work with anybody. You have to meet certain criteria for me to work with you. Now you think this would work against me, right? You think I'd want to run ads for just anybody. But number one, I found that it's a huge waste of time. Number two, I don't like promoting those types of trainers because I think they're bullshit artists. And so there's a personal value issue there for me. And number three, it establishes that if you are the type of trainer that I want to work with, we will likely be a good fit because we're speaking the same language. Number four, this call can potentially add tens of thousands of dollars, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars to your top line revenue. Now, being honest about that, these ads, if we can get the ads dialed in, because all marketing is a task, but if we can get the ads to work, it can add tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to your top line revenue. Again, I'm establishing additional value. I'm going into a little bit more detail about why this offer is valuable. And then I'm encouraging them to act like it. You know, this is something that can change your life. Take it serious. If you're driving, if you're cleaning kennels, if you're otherwise not 100% focused, I don't want to work with you. Okay, so again, I'm establishing boundaries, rules, limitations, perimeters, whatever terminology, whatever dog training terminology you want to use. I'm saying I will not work with everybody. I'm not so desperate and needy that I need to work with you if you're not going to take me serious. If you're not going to take this offer serious, go work with somebody else. I'm sure there's tons of other dog trainer marketing people who would love to work with you and put up with your bullshit. I only want to work with serious dog training business owners and serious business owners in general who take themselves and take me serious. So Since implementing this, it's only been about 3 to 4 weeks now. I haven't had 0 flakes. I haven't had 0 no-shows. I haven't had anybody who's like vacuuming their kennel room while they're talking with me. It's worked miraculously well. So now you may be saying, okay, well, that works for you at Dog Trainer Toolbox, but what about me, the dog trainer? Well, I have a program, because let's be honest, nothing of value is typically free except for this YouTube channel. If you go to dogtrainertoolbox.com, you'll see there's a box that says no more flakes with an Asian man holding a little dog. It says how to book dog owners on the phone for your in-person consultations. So back when I had my 3rd dog training business, I had set up the company in Reno, Nevada, and I was literally getting 20% of the people who booked the free consultation no showing and just not showing up or canceling it the last minute, same kind of thing. But it was even worse because I actually had to drive to the facility, turn the lights on, make sure everything was clean. It blocked out an hour time slot that maybe somebody else could use, and it was frustrating. So one Saturday morning, I had 3 consultations booked, like a 9, a 10, and an 11 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, right? And they all flaked or no-showed. And I was so angry and so frustrated that I started testing different scripts and different ways to basically get people to show up. And what I came up with was, in a nutshell, when they called for the consultation, I'd establish rapport and make sure that I could help them. And then I'd explain to them that while the consultation, evaluation, and temperament test is free, for limited time, it's normally priced at $89, but for a limited time, it is free, although you do need a credit card to hold the time slot. And then what we'll do is we'll get together for the consultation, and I'll do some temperament test, and you see how I smoothly glided past the fact that they do need a credit card to hold the time slot. Once I started doing that, I went from 1 in 5 to virtually no shows. Like maybe 1 out of 50, and that 50 was like, hey, I literally got into a car accident on the way to our appointment. The guy would send me like a text, that type of thing. It was like virtually non-existent that I would get no-shows. From 1 in 5, which is amazing just by changing. Now you may think, well, what about, like, did some people refuse to give you a credit card? Initially they did, until I got my messaging a little bit smooth, because if you don't say it right, they're going to be like, hey, I don't know you, I'm not giving you my credit card. So there's a certain way that you have to say it, certain phrasing and a certain kind of smoothness and tonation that you have to use. The course goes into that, and it actually critiques other people, what they're saying, and gives you a printout of actually what you need to say and how to say it in order to pull it off successfully. Once you've got that, though, once you've mastered it, and you can figure it out on your own if you spend enough time. This is just a shortcut. But once you start doing that, you start implementing these principles, it's going to dramatically improve your quality of life. You're going to get in front of way more people, which means you're going to be selling way more people. And you're establishing rules and boundaries up front that mean that throughout the course of your working relationship with the client, everything's much better. Everything is much smoother because you've established yourself as that trusted advisor, not as the servant. You never want to be the servant. You want to be the trusted advisor who's helping them with their dog training issue, or in my case, helping them reach their business goals by running ads for them. So anyways, hopefully that helps. Hopefully you can use those principles and apply them to your own dog training business. If you'd like to learn more about how to grow your dog training business, check out dogtrainertoolbox.com. There's links to my Facebook ads management service, as well as other services. Like, for example, I don't offer Google Ads services anymore, but I have a link to the guy that I do recommend. I also have a link if you're interested in SEO or business coaching or whatever it may be. All that stuff's at dogtrainertoolbox.com. Thanks for watching. Join us inside the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook, where you'll be amongst over, I think, 5,200 other professional dog training business owners swapping secrets, strategies, tactics, and tips on how to grow your dog training business. And you can ask me questions too. Take care, guys.